Have you heard about that amazing, quaint, quiet, very beautiful town that is nested between Niagara Escarpment and the lake? The name of the town is Grimsby, and I have another video that tells you everything about it, the community, the history, how beautiful it is, where it is, and what is really happening there. But this video is not about that. This one is about the negative aspects, the facts that you need to take into consideration when you decide to move somewhere. I would like to introduce myself. I'm Milena. I'm a local real estate agent in Burlington. I like to go around, find out more about the towns, about the history, about the amenities, and tell you everything about it so it's easy for you to make the right choices. The good news is that our team drops content every week about what is happening in our area. So if you want to be on the top and you want to be updated, please click subscribe and you're gonna get the newest video every week. Let's start with the first problem where we are occurring in Grimsby, and this is traffic and public transportation. So the access of the highway is pretty convenient because in the south side is where Grimsby used to be, how they developed. If you watch my first video, you're gonna see that this particular town was very attractive to the people of Toronto, and they were coming for the weekend there. So that's the beach area. And on the north side of the highway, it's where the escarpment is and the beautiful house there. So coming from both sides, it's pretty easy to go into Queen Elizabeth. But then, have you ever seen the traffic coming from Toronto towards the wineries in the weekends? It's barely moving. You can be sitting there for hours, and Grimsby is impacted by that. So you are dealing with all this during the weekend, and during the week, if you have to commute to Hamilton or Mississauga and Toronto, and there is not really a good public transit to carry you on, then you're truly stuck. So now I'll tell you a true story. A family moved to Grimsby a while back because they fell in love with that quaint town. It was perfect for their kids, so they said this is it, and they purchased a house. Well, the husband had to commute to Mississauga, so after 3 months of battling the traffic, they gave up, they sold their home, and they moved closer to Mississauga. Second is the job opportunities, which are limited, and that's why I wanted to tell you the story about the family who moved from Mississauga to Grimsby and back, because there's not really opportunities in Grimsby. The best alternative that I have seen is either people who have local businesses that they live there and they've been acquainted to the town. I actually met a lady from Grimsby, growing up in Grimsby, still living in Grimsby, and their business have been carrying them on. So that's a very good alternative. And I have seen something that is very popular now, that people who have remote jobs move there because the town is just super quaint, very safe. And have you seen those painted houses that I show you in the first video? They're to die for. So all this is very attractive to people who actually can afford to work from home. Overall, Grimsby is not a job hub, so people do commute to Hamilton, Burlington, Oakville, sometimes Toronto, which is very painful. And now we're gonna see a development with the GO. Basically, it's gonna include Grimsby, so we are hoping for better transit, and that will help the job opportunities as well. And that leads me to the next subject. 3 is limited amenities and shopping. So when I'm talking amenities, that also includes public health. Grimsby is not that developed yet, so if you need better medical services, and this is important for all of us, most of the people go either to Hamilton or St. Catharines, so you need to be prepared for this. If you're facing some serious issues, then you do have to get out of the town and go to the bigger places. Where for shopping, Grimsby doesn't really have the huge big stores. It does have the Canadian Tire, Sobeys, their market. Also, there's that quaint farmers market every Thursday. If you're in downtown Grimsby, there are really good stores. Check the Lego one. It's very old store and it's really interesting, the history behind it too. But in general, if you need an extensive shopping, people usually go to Stony Creek, Hamilton. So there is a drive, and that needs to be accounted in consideration when you're looking to move there. So what can you find in Grimsby that can make your life easier. If you're checking Grimsby as to move there, please keep in mind that on the entertainment scene, it's very limited. A client from Oakville said after the third Friday night, we've seen all the restaurants, because Oakville is famous with lots of restaurants and more of an entertainment scene. So after a while they got bored, but people usually move there because it's very quaint. It has the escarpment. There are so many trails there. You go on the top of it and you see that beautiful view with the lake. Then if you want kayaking or if you have a boat, there is the beach area. So it's more like going into the country and relaxing, not that huge entertainment scene that you can find in Hamilton, Toronto, or the bigger cities. 4. Schools. I want to point out for that because Grimsby is rapidly expanding because it's such a beautiful city, but that also affects the schools. So lots of parents are not very happy because the infrastructure is not keeping up with all the people that are moving into the town. Therefore, the schools are getting overcrowded, and they also do not offer all the programs that people are used to in a bigger city. So there is a limitation there. It takes time for the schools to be built, for the programs to be implemented, and keep this in mind. If you're moving from the bigger cities like Oakville, Burlington, Toronto, and you're expecting your kids to be in the same programs as Grimsby, it's not happening right now. Be patient. If you want to be there, then you need to help the town to develop as well. Number 5 is the real estate, and this little beautiful town is facing lots of changes because people discover it, builders as well, and guess what happens? They're starting to build more and more. So now if you're driving from Toronto, Hamilton, from that area basically down to Niagara, you're gonna see so many new developments on the lake and around the QEW. That of course impacts the traffic, and the current residents are definitely not happy with the intensification, with the noise, with the pollution that it's creating from all those new builds. For instance, I know people that have been looking into the new condos in Grimsby that are on the beach, but they share with me that when they go in a balcony, all they can hear is noise, and it's very disturbing because they want to be actually in this place because of the view, because of the recreation, because of the quietness, and the construction is so massive, all they can see is that. And because Grimsby is so charming and people want to move there, developers want to build there, the real estate prices are increasing. As of this month, the average price of a home is $911,000. And at the end, I'm gonna touch on a very sore topic that it really makes me sad. I don't know if you have ever been to the historical Grimsby Beach, but it's populated by painted houses. And there used to be many more, but they were demolished and new builds were put there. So there's that very quaint area right by the beach that every house has a different appeal, and it's amazing. So what they're facing is that because of the need of more housing in Niagara region, they want to demolish this whole neighborhood and build a new condo development that cost about 58 million, and it's gonna solve the problem with the housing options. So it's very sad that we might see in the near future that history gone, and the beauty of this whole place around Grimsby Beach. We're gonna see all new builds, and it's just gonna be a different city. I don't want to talk more about that. It makes me really upset, but keep this in mind when you're moving to the beach area. It might be completely different at one point after you buy your home there. Besides this video, I have another one on Grimsby, which is the first one. If you watch them, you can educate yourself about the town, what is the pros and the cons, and maybe that will help you make the right decision for yourself. If you feel like checking the town or the surrounding areas, feel free to reach out. My information is in the description box below. You can reach me via email, phone call. I even have a link for Zoom, which is super convenient. So don't hesitate. We help people just like you all the time, and it will be a pleasure to help you find the right place for yourself. Please subscribe to my channel, click like if this video was good for you to find everything about Grimsby. Thank you so much for staying with me. I hope I will see you on the next one. You have a great day.